Hey. This is my side of the bed now. I don't want you on my side of the bed. What do you mean it's your side of the bed? Ain't nobody have a side of the bed. This is my side of the bed. I'm telling you right now. This is my side, and I don't want your body touching on my body on my side of the bed. What are you talking about? This is your side of the bed. I'll move on any side of the bed I want. No, you can't. This is my side of the bed, and you better not come over here, and I don't want you touch. I'm not touching you. You also touch me. Look at your pajamas. Your pajamas are rubbing up against my pajamas right there, and look at it. What's wrong with you? I don't want you touching my body or nothing because you're on my side of the bed. Well, how come all of a sudden it's got to be your side of the bed and you don't want anybody touching your body or nothing like that? Because you told Dad that I ate a Jell-O and I had already eaten one, and then Dad took the Jell-O away from me and told me to get up from the table and I couldn't be sitting at the table no more. Well, you did. You already had 5 Jell-Os early in the daytime. You were sneaking Jell-Os and Mom didn't know nothing about it. And you kept sneaking. Well, who told you that you were the one going around the big Jell-O sheriff of the house?
We're ready. I wanted to save this for when it was actually recording. Jeremy, why are there latex breasts in your office?
I think the question is, why doesn't everyone have latex breasts in their office?
And why are they covered with blood?
I think this is a obvious question with a more obvious answer. Dirt. We live in Hollywood, California, and the old house, the house I used to live in, before I lived in this house, we lived next door to a special effects company, and so we used to go dumpster diving.
Holy shit!
We actually have a laundry basket right in front of the hot tub out there. That's full of heads and limbs. Yeah, with the heads and there's a foot in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so I have
from earlier. So
I have breasts as well.
That's nice.
And there was no way to put the breasts in anything, so I had to sort of clip them and hang them up.
Well, it's much creepier and it's greater.
It's terrible.
It's like you're hanging them up to dry.
Right. It's a kind of festive. It puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what it says.
That's good. It doesn't have any nipples. I think that's the thing.
Yes, it also does not have nipples, and it has kind of a navel though, which is off-putting.
A little bit.
Saggy navel.
Saggy.
I can turn it around if it's
no, that's too much. It's just distracting. That's all. So welcome to Comedy on Vinyl. Whee! This week we're doing Bill Cosby's To Wrestle My Brother, Whom I Slept With. And the voices you were hearing earlier were my fiance now, Jen. So you gotta say hi.
Hi.
And Jeremy Guskin.
How are you?
Also my fiance. That's not true. We can share. Right. And I don't know. So Bill Cosby, I only grew up with the Cosby Show, so listening to his actual comedy, I only really started listening to his comedy like 10 years ago, I think, for the first time. So, but I know, Jen, you grew up on it. How about you? Jen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there were two things. I didn't really realize that I knew, and I'm going to sort of deviate from this album for a bit, because when you're talking about Bill Cosby, you kind of, especially because he also released a lot of albums.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. When he was, and all of them have pictures, of him really young.
Yeah.
They all look really young, and then the electric company, the electric company hit, and his glasses got big, his hair got big,
and his hats got funky.
Right, and he started appearing in movies like Mother, Jugs, and Speed.
Yeah.
So, he released a lot of albums, and, for me, as just a, comedy fan and somebody who was raised on it, my father used to play, actually, on vinyl. The first Bill Cosby album I ever heard was Moses and God, which is still to this day one of the funniest things I've ever heard him do, and I can listen to it over and over again. And you also don't realize how long it is. Right, it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm. But it's all so good.
Right.
It doesn't.
That first. Who is this really? So my dad played me that one, but the first. I remember hearing it when I was young and liking it. But the one thing I remember more than anything, and of course this was on television, was Bill Cosby himself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was just the most captivating stand-up comedy I'd ever seen in my life. And it was just him, and it was post all crazy Mortimer Ichabod marker and all that. He was just in a brown suit with a chair on stage and a mic, and that's it. And he sat for most of it. He didn't walk a lot, you know, and the background changes colors every now and again. And that's all.
He's having a conversation with you.
Yeah, and I mean, it literally feels like he's having it with you. And even though I was a kid, it was like somebody was telling me, like, this is why I hate children. And you're like, yes, that's why I hate children, too. I am one, and I hate them.
This whole album, too, the second half of this is all one bit.
And it's brilliant.
It's amazing.
You know, and again, because his best stuff, and he was great at coming up with bits, you know, like his... You know, like the Noah bit, again, brilliant. But the stuff that just comes out effortlessly and connects with everyone is the stuff about him. You know, about him growing up with the kids who are around him and his brother, you know, him and his parents, you know, and when he gets older, him and his kids, him and his wife, you know, like that's...
No, everybody drives each other insane.
And and then to what degrees, like, you know, and it's amazing because how many comedians do the same thing? You know, Eddie Murphy, you know, the cookout bit. It's the best thing on the out, and it's literally just, you know, and of course it's exaggerated and heightened, but probably not even that much.
Right.
You know?
And can you, are there any specific, I mean, just for me, I only have a sister, I didn't have a brother, but it still rings totally fucking true. The whole side of the album is just, it's exactly how siblings relate. Yeah. You know, there's that love, and then that need to you know, self-protect, but it also protect them at the same time. There's that whole, you know, us against the parents.
You got it. And I mean, like me, and I have a brother's 4 years younger than me. So, you know, I mean, that way it was me and him. And I get it. You know, I mean, it's all the same stuff. Torturing each other, scaring the crap out of each other. You know, I mean, like, those are my favorite things. Yeah. It's fantastic. I love, I love
So wait, that means all three of us have siblings that are 4 years younger than us. So what about you then, sweetie? Jen, I won't call you sweetie. Okay, Jen. You and your brother.
If you say sweetie, they don't know who you're talking to.
That's true.
Luckily, there was only, I think, a brief period where we actually shared a room when he was really little. Yeah. Did not like him during that period, but it wasn't really his fault. It was just, I wasn't ready for him to be around yet. Right. So, but no, like if we ever had, like, sleepovers in the living room where we'd, like, we'd get along for a while, we'd, like, spend, you know, before bedtime, like, making forts out of all the pillows and sheets and just everything we could find, and then our parents would just avoid the whole living room because they didn't want to even think about all the stuff that we might be ruining or jumping on or whatever. Yeah. And then, but once we actually had to lay down, that's when we started getting really obnoxious with each other.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is.
Like even if it started off as fun, there'd at least be some point where it was like, all right, let's see if we can fuck with each other a little bit.
And then your dad introduced you to Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah.
Was this the one that you listened to?
This was the first, I think this is the first comedy album he ever, like, sat me down and was like, you know, it's really funny. Like, you really need to hear this. And I don't know if it's, like, I was watching the Cosby Show or what, and then he's like, if you really like him, like, we need to listen to this. I'm like, all right. And
was his a radio station copy, too? Because he used to be a DJ? Or did he...
Yeah, I have a bunch of stolen albums among my mother used to work at.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
With all the little corners, like, sawed into slightly or punched through,
Or have, like, a number that you can't decipher on it.
Oh, yeah.
Or some of them have, like, a gold stamp, but most of them just have, like, the cheapest possible way to show that they were promotional and they shouldn't take them home.
Yep.
Yeah. And oops.
And you did anyway.
Oops, I didn't notice the corner.
Nobody turned you in.
That's where all my collection is, though. Like, every shop I buy them from, they're all radio copies.
Sometimes they send you multiple copies to the stations, to be fair. They're supposed to give them away, but...
Right. So, but for you, why was it so funny as a little kid?
Oh, like, seriously, I think the beginning part, like, the first side was pretty funny, but... But, like, he was like, alright, like, I'm gonna flip this over, and this is really... This is pretty good stuff. It reminds me of I think you'll relate to it.
And your dad is a younger brother. Or wait, your dad's an older brother.
My dad's the youngest.
He's the youngest, right?
So he's the Russell. If anything, although I think there's a big enough difference between them, it might not have been quite as bad. But I'm not sure. No, but, like, the first time I heard, like, the part where he started talking about him and his brother, I don't think I could breathe very well. Like, I was just the whole time, like, I could not stop laughing the whole time.
That's right.
It was too ridiculous, but you could totally relate to it, because kids do the stupidest crap to each other, because you're bored, you have Stockholm Syndrome, but only half the time. The other time you're like, no, I gotta get out of this situation. How am I going to kill them?
Yeah.
What's the best way to dispose
I'm going to get in
fire?
trouble if it's too obvious, so I have to be very creative.
Yeah. Because, oh man, and then I think the other thing that rings so true is the voice of his increasingly angered father, who never...
Who is the most patient and proud, possibly the sweetest man in the world, because he doesn't beat the crap out of them
he just
after the first or second or third or fourth time.
Yeah,
he makes them stand, probably hoping that they will get tired enough to lay down.
Yep.
And shut up.
It's great. It's great. I mean, the whole second half of the B-side of this album is really just a radio play. I mean, it's just him doing it, and it's great. I'm just looking at the jacket inside. This is from, 1968 or something like that? What is it, 68? I'm looking at the Warner Brothers 7 Arts Records. So they have the promos of their own stuff, and they got 20 album covers on here. At least 5 of them are Bill Cosby.
Really?
Making baby faces.
I mean, Bob Newhart's got 1. Alan Sherman's got 1. Peter, Paul, and Mary have 2.
Oh, there you go.
Grateful Dead have 1. Bill Cosby's got Revenge. Bill Cosby Sings.
I have music
Bill Cosby
and
Wonderfulness. Bill Cosby Why is There Air? And Bill Cosby I Started Out as a Child.
Awesome.
That's just what's on this.
That's holy shit. That's insane.
There's more on the other side, I think. Or is it
No, this is just the distinguished artists on Warner Brothers, and you can see Bill Cosby in between Petula Clark and Anita Kerr.
Wow.
Peter Paul and Mary are just above Jimmy Durante, which I like too.
We gotta do Jimmy Durante albums too. I've seen them at the Atomic.
Who's just above the Grateful Dead?
Wow.
Because I can't think of a better 1-2 punch than Jimmy Durante and the Grateful Dead.
It'd be a great set. I would watch that concert.
Are you kidding me?
That'd be amazing.
I would even go see Alan Sherman in Harper's Bazaar. I'm not really that big a Harper's Bazaar fan. Oh. I like how Bob Newhart looks like 007 on this one.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Got his smoking gun out.
That's pretty great.
Pretty nice.
I don't want you touching my body because you are not really my brother anyway. I'm older than you, and actually, you were not born here. You were brought here by the police. I wasn't brought here by no police. Yes, you were. The police brought you right in here and said, take care of this boy until he starts lying. And I'm going to tell the police that you have lied and you are going back to jail. Police brought nobody, baby. That's my mother and father there. No, they ain't. The police are your mother and father. And I don't want you touching me.
Sorry.
That's fine.
One of the wonderful things about vinyl, boys and girls, is that there are advertisements in it. That's right. We weren't getting them enough. So they decided to put them inside the record.
So I'm assuming then this is another one that your dad let you, Jeremy?
One of the, I think, and it was just interesting listening to you talk about your father and letting you listen to this, but I think one of the reasons why most parents have no problem letting their children listen to Bill Cosby is he doesn't swear.
Right. He
never swears.
He gets to the point where he's describing how people are at their breaking point.
Right, and he still doesn't need to do it. The worst he ever does is he swore once, I think, in Bill Cosby himself.
Yeah, just as an asshole, right?
Right, and one of my favorite dirtiest bits of his is how him and his brother, of course, didn't know what their names were, that they were Bill and Russell, till they were in their teens, because they thought their names were Jesus Christ and Damn It. Because it was always, Jesus Christ, put that thing down, and damn it, get in here! One time my father turned to me and yelled, damn it, put that away! And I said, Dad, I'm Jesus Christ!
I know so many people who still do these bits like they're their own. Like, this is one of the few things where I have my...
Because it is, because when you grow up with it, and when it touches so close to who you are, how can it not become like, yeah, that's my thing? It's like, it's like my father is still throwing around George Carlin and Bill Cosby lines like he fucking came up with it. And bless him for it, because he's stealing the best ones.
Yeah.
And what a disappointment when you find out later that your father didn't come up with any of that. But then your respect is renewed when you realize he at least stole from someone good.
Yeah, right. Well, and I had that experience with my favorite math teacher in high school. He would tell those stories like chocolate cake and shit like they were his. And he didn't care. He's like, no. He just...
Did he get the laugh?
Oh, yeah. Because he could fucking deliver that shit
it's like Shakespeare. It's like, I didn't write it, but, I'm the one who said it first for you. So you'll always remember that.
Exactly. Mr. Perry, thank you. I will say that.
Thank you, Mr. Perry.
He's the man. He's now principal of the school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Oh, did you help him?
We'll say I was responsible. We'll say that the video, my video testimonial for Ron Perry
also
is the reason. Yeah, thank you, me. Yeah, but I do feel like I missed out not growing up with Bill Cosby, because I think I would have. I know. Well, I don't know. It still rings just as true.
And see, like, that's the other... And, I mean, this is weird, because normally I'd like to talk more about the album, but this is, like, one of the few times where I want to talk about the person a little bit more. Yeah. Because Bill Cosby is an entity throughout, like, from the 60s to the 80s, was so family-friendly.
Yeah.
But also hilarious. Like,
and not pandering at all, except maybe the last... 17 seasons of The Cosby Show. But the first 14 are still brilliant. Just the last 17, it tends to go a little over the top. Once they get into the scatting opening and Raven Simone.
Oh, God.
You can't pull that, man. That's foul.
No.
We all see it coming. They did it on They did it on the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
And as much as we love Raven Simone when she was little, look what she's become.
You might say that's too Raven.
Yeah, that's almost worthy of a Zach Galifianakis joke right there. Because there are sometimes I'll do things and I'll go, that's so Raven. But I mean, honestly, if we knew what was going to happen to that poor girl, we should have just, Dr. Huxtable would have not let her become an actor.
Yeah, right.
Dr. Huxtable would have kept that girl in school.
Yep.
And exercising thing. But anyway, it's just Bill Cosby is so interesting because he was so much a part of, I think, my generation growing up, because not only did we have the Cosby Show when we were young, we were getting him on the Electric Company. Not even just the commercial. I didn't even think about the commercials. I really, honestly, the Coke and a Smile and and the Jello and everything. Poor dude. I did the face.
It was a good face. It was good.
For a white guy, it's not bad.
It was pretty good.
That's the only one I do, the happy face. I don't do any of the other Cosby faces. But anyway, but from, and the Electric Company, from Picture Pages.
Sure.
I mean, and from the cartoon, Fat Albert. That's why, I mean, he was all over that. He was doing voices, and it was his stories. It was all that. I mean, and I don't think you could grow up in America in the late 70s, early 80s, and not know who Bill Cosby was. And that's anybody. I come from New York and live in Los Angeles, so it's not a really great barometer, but I can't imagine that there weren't people in Middle America and all over the United States who, he was in their lives as much as their parents or teachers were. Right. Yeah.
There's no reason the Cosby Show would have succeeded if he wasn't popular in Middle America.
Right. I mean, it was the same thing. It's like, you wonder. It's like, well, people get, Seinfeld and in whatever state people think is derogatory to name. Right. Right. Yeah. And, of course, because it's funny.
Yeah.
And that was just it. It's just like Cosby was just so a part of everyone's life growing up. And now he's turned into this sort of media pariah, backbiting...
Yep.
woman doping thing wearing a baseball cap, for Georgetown or whoever it is that he's rooting for, which is so weird to see him shy away from the spotlight is weird.
Yeah. I'm not sure what. I don't know why that is. I would love to see the man. I mean, apparently he still does stand up. which
really?
Yes.
Where?
Occasionally.
Wow.
I don't know.
Because that would be so worth seeing.
Well, if you've seen the movie Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian, the documentary, and
I have not.
Okay, it's pretty good. But if you listen to in the commentary, he and I think Colin Quinn are talking about. No, there's a part in it in the actual movie where Chris Rock said, "I just saw Bill Cosby, and he's still good." And then, but in the commentary, Jerry Seinfeld's like, "I love Bill Cosby, but I saw him too pretty close to him. It wasn't as good as I'd hoped." But so he still does stuff, or at least was 5-6 years ago.
That's great, though. I love to hear that.
And
again, it's not always going to be brilliant. I love the fact that
Sure.
Seinfeld was like, he wasn't that great. It means he's still, he's still kind of a snob, which is good, which is what you want. I love that. I still want everybody to be great. Like I'd love to go see Eddie Murphy on, do some stand-up and just tear it up. And it's just so interesting, like when you see movies with like Steve Martin again and Eddie Murphy and all these people who used to do stand-up, they don't do it anymore. It's like, well, I guess they found something else, or
yeah.
But I mean, for people like Cosby, it's like that's again 5 albums on this thing alone. And I know it's a Cosby album, so of course,
sure,
playing the audience, but still, he amazing amount of work.
And not only did he just do he didn't just do the comedy albums. He's got a lot of singing albums. I have not listened to any of them, but there's a lot of
He has one with Quincy Jones.
Awesome.
With him and Quincy Jones, and he wrote a song, and it's called Hickey Brr. I believe that's actually the name of it, and it's literally this awesome fucking late 70s soul funk track that Quincy Jones made, and Bill Cosby's just making noises.
Alright,
oh my God.
Need to put that part of that at the end of this if we can find it.
Hickey Burr is what it's called, I believe. And it's just Hickey Burr. It's Bill Cosby making all these weird Bill Cosby noises.
Holy shit.
It's like if he were a Three Amigo, that would have been his thing to summon the secret, the invisible swordsman, would be that song.
Well, I think we talked about this because Mike and I did the first Bill Cosby album that we talked about, which was the first album, his first album. We were talking about
what was on that.
I think Noah's on that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
If I remember.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's that whole album is pretty great. He talks about football a lot on that one too, but like football, and then he goes into the Noah thing. The Noah thing's the biggest part.
Right. He does that weird the football player in the hair commercial.
Yes. Yeah. He talks about that, and then he does the whole the coin flipping and talking about how
Cabin robbers is cabin sobers, cabin sobers, cabin robbers.
Yep. That whole thing.
That one's a little too sticky even for me.
Sure.
Man, because I mean,
that's pretty good.
The commercial I think is funny because I love his stupid football player. Put this on your hair, kid. Now rub it in. I mean, it's so. I could listen to him just speak like that for a half an hour and not do anything. Yeah, it's like when he's on this one, like when he's doing the whispering with him. Honestly, he could keep that going for 4 hours,
Seriously.
and I would then about nothing, and I could be totally engaged.
Is there anybody out here who does out now who does this? Who could do a 30-minute bit?
Well, we've talked about that before. It's
have.
I mean, how many people can sustain? And I think. I don't think it's in the same way, but I've always been partial to Jake Johansson for that, because the first time I ever saw him, he did a half-an-hour set and told 2 stories.
That's awesome.
And this is when everybody else was doing their bits and the thing, and then, not everybody was trying to be Stephen Wright, but it's it's still, you come up with your little observations and you move on to the next thing. But I still think Jake Johansson, he's great with that, just able to tell a story and keep you so engaged. And he'll go off on a couple of tangents, but he always gets back to where he wanted to go.
Huh. I feel bad because I don't think I've ever heard any of that.
Really?
I don't think I've ever heard him or seen him.
Well, then I'll have to find something for you, because I saw him in the 80s and then didn't see him for a long time.
Okay.
And saw and got some Showtime comedy thing came on. I was like, wait, Jake Johansson? Fuck, I remember him. He all looked crazy and suspended. I'm like, well, he probably won't be wearing it. That shit anymore. So it's not 1987. And I was like, no, but he's got his haircut. He's got his goofy glasses. And he's maybe mellowed a little bit and gotten a little older, but he still has all the great little quirks. Yeah. And his material was fantastic. I mean, he said a line that I know I'm going to be using until the day I die. It's like, you're getting older when you injure yourself in your sleep. When you get up in the morning, you're like, oh, oh fuck, oh Lord, oh my God. And it's literally like somebody was just punching you in the back for about an hour and a half.
That is the worst thing ever.
And you're like, what did I do? I didn't. This is a pain I used to feel when falling down a hill multiple times when I was young. What has happened to me?
I could fight with my brother for 3 hours straight.
And shrug it off and like, literally.
On a bad day.
And he was like, that's it. That's how you know when you've injured yourself in your sleep. That's it. You're old.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, you got to get you some of this stuff. Yeah. So, yes.
You better shut up. You're going to make Dad come in here with that belt. Hey, you better be quiet. Shut up. I'm telling you. You better shut up. Dad's going to come in with the belt and give us a beating. We had never seen the belt. But we had heard about it. The belt was 9 feet long, 8 feet wide, and it had hooks on it. And it would rip the meat off your body if it ever hit you. Now you better be quiet. You hit me in the eye and made all the stars jump around in my brain. My eyeball fell out. No, it didn't. It didn't so fall out. You look at it, the eyeball's out. No, it ain't. Let me see it. You want me to rub it? Yeah, because it's falling out. Does that feel better? Huh? Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean it. You did so you meant to do it. You meant to do it. You're always hitting people in the face. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Yeah, you did. You hit me in the face. I'm telling Dad. 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 No, shut up, man. Go to sleep. No. Forget all about it. I never hit you. 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 You fell out the bed. 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 You fell out the bed.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's less of a storytelling thing because I think the 80s kind of sucked that out of people a little bit because the 80s became more shticky, more punchline. There's so many fucking hack comedians
look at my personality, not like the material.
Well, it's sold. You can't fault anybody for making it work. Like you can dump on Dice for all you want, but the guy had a career, which is more than most comedians will ever have. And it was this horrible, horrible character. Yeah. But to be honest with you, I think if you did it again today and did it right, you could get away with it. It's like if Stephen Colbert can do it, in just a different sort of forum and venue, why not? Why not come up with a horrible, offensive, old world Catskills type comedian? That's all he was. He was just the next incarnation of that.
And I think everybody's attention spans got shorter too.
Well, there's that, but I still think good material is good material. Sure. And with this, it's Cosby. He puts such good work into all of this. And the best thing is his character was himself. Yeah. So the more he got into character, the better it got, and the easier it was for him to do.
Oh, it's so good.
And just to jump forward, because that's the one I remember in Bill Cosby himself. Yeah. Was when he gets to the swirling the bucket of ice water and they make breakfast and go get the children and you could see and the exhaustion in him to just relive it there on stage was palpable. You could see him looking at her face and going, I remember this because I've seen versions of it on more than one occasion. And you sit there and you giggle because it's just this happens a lot.
There's so much fucking heart to it though, and I don't want to be sappy about it, but not that every comedian has to have heart to what they do. A lot of that's not the point of what they're doing, but that's what made him work so well.
But I think this goes back to like Aeschylus talking about comedy, or Sophocles or whoever it is that, and it goes with every good comedic vehicle and you can talk about just the popular ones from the Frogs or some satyr play to Bridesmaids. Yeah, it's the good ones all good comedy has an element of drama, and all good drama has an element of comedy because that's life.
Yeah.
I want to sit there and watch somebody cry for 2 hours because there's nothing in that for me.
Right.
You know, it's like it's one thing over and over and over again. I'll probably have to turn that on so you can see it. But
things are happening.
It's and you look at Bridesmaids, they have it. It's disgusting, but there are one or two really nice.
There's a lot of painful things in that movie,
but there's some beautiful heartfelt moments.
And there's some really sad stuff where it's not horrible and funny. It's just
It's when what's her name breaks down and just says, I don't know if I want to go through this. It's costing too much. It's going beyond my control and everything. Like there's that moment where it's just, you know what? They just let the bottom drop out, and you have to have some drama to show how funny life can get. You know, if you don't have the perspective,
people treat that movie.
It's the only reason you get through life. If you have a good sense of humor, you're gonna get much further through the bad crap and not let it get you down as much.
And that's what brings me right back to hearing that Cosby is doing stand-up as recently as now or 5 years ago. Because look at what the guys had to go through in the last couple of in the last decade.
Yeah.
If you just want to get rid of all of the personal stuff, how about just losing your son?
Exactly.
If your only son.
Yeah.
Things like that. I would love to. I'd love to hear him talk about it, not to hear him vent or anything, but to hear, to see material come out of it.
Sure.
I wouldn't want to hear him, I wouldn't want to pry in anybody's life like
that. Of course.
And I don't want to do it in a sort of self-indulgent way, and I hate to bring this up, but what's his name, Titus, that dude. It's I'm still waiting for the bit in most of his bits.
Yeah,
it's it's just about his miserable life, and I'm waiting for the comedy to come out of it. Like Murphy and Carlin and Cosby. You can see the miserable upbringing to a certain extent, even though it probably wasn't all miserable. Right. But they take the bad things and they're able to channel it into such amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So
And equally, the only reason I like to bring up Cosby and Eddie Murphy in the same sentence is usually because obviously he was a huge influence on Eddie Murphy, but they come from two incredibly different backgrounds. If you want to go by the stories they tell, at least he's got this father who threatens to hit him, but it's clearly the sweetest guy on the planet is just exhausted. Whereas you listen to Eddie Murphy, and there's so much pain in that. He's clearly had an abusive, shitty upbringing with a drunk piece of shit father.
Well, yeah.
And then they can both pull comedy, very similar, very equally good comedy. I think out of these two different upbringings.
It's incredible, but that's it. You got to use your perspective in life, and it's it's perspective, it's trial, it's heartache. That's what that's what makes you develop a sense of humor. It's why are the Jews so funny? It's because who are you going to dump on? It's after that much heartache, if you don't have a sense of humor, you just fucking kill yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Or the line I love from was it John Cameron Mitchell in Hedwig and the Angry Inch? When he's playing Hedwig and just going through some part of his life and everybody's laughing. He goes, I have to laugh, otherwise I'd cry. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's which way are you going to go? You're going to go down the dark road, or are you going to go down the light road?
Yeah.
You're allowed to go down the dark road for a while, but if you can turn around and get back where you need to go.
Exactly. And isn't it much nicer in the sun?
Yeah, you appreciate it more once you get back there.
Well, you can see better, the vitamin D in the skin alone, things like that. Not to say that I don't love the evening as well, but, it's we're not bats for a reason.
That's very true.
I'm a bat.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, it's just so interesting, to not see Bill Cosby anymore.
Yeah, I know, because he's a huge part of me growing up, because it's the first stuff I really watched on TV as a kid.
That's it.
And it's also been a little... He set this bar really high for sitcoms, and not just sitcoms, but black sitcoms.
Oh, yeah.
That it's frustrating that few aren't meeting.
Well, and that's another thing that I don't call... The Cosby Show black sitcom.
Sure.
It's not. You could have taken anybody and put it in there and it would work.
Yeah.
It was just a great... It was a family sitcom.
They all need to be, but they're all Tyler Perry's decided it needs to be just of all people, I would think Tyler Perry might even be able to pull out a good family a good show. Just a good show.
And he might. It's just, unfortunately, there's a lot of, like when it comes to minorities on television, there are more demons, aliens, and robots on TV than black and Latin and Middle Eastern people.
I know.
Yeah. Hispanic noise group. It's crazy. You'd have a better shot in Hollywood if you had real horns than if your last name was Hernandez.
Right.
That's nuts.
I know. But I mean, I don't want to get too into the issue of race. It's not really necessarily.
I'm just upset when I found out Bill Cosby was black. That was such a letdown.
Yeah.
Because, you listen to him and you're like, it could be anything. I could have sworn he was Korean, to be honest with you.
Sure.
And when I found out he was black, I was like, this is just threw my world upside down. It's like when I found out Maya Angelou was a woman.
Right.
That was...
Are we sure?
I mean... I had no idea.
I'm going to murder both of you.
Well, somebody will.
Yeah, eventually.
We're all going to get murdered.
I'll take care of it, everyone. Don't worry. I know where they live.
Two constants in life. But being murdered in Texas.
That was another thing that I just thought. And I never thought that Bill Cosby pandered to any audience. No. But I think it was one of the reasons why he was so accepted by everybody. Because there was nothing in his performance that was overtly anything. He didn't
it didn't even seem like he was changing any part of his personality or comedy to, be more like one type of people or another. He just was being himself, and it just worked.
Yep.
I mean, he's kind of ridden that line. Awesome. Maybe not intentionally. He's just a funny guy and an interesting guy to watch. But I mean, he's ridden that line the whole time. He's the first guy to ever be a co-star, a main character on a network TV show. A black guy to ever be a main character on a network TV show, to co-star in a show in I Spy. So, he broke a shitload of barriers, and that must have made America comfortable with him. Like, there must have been something about that.
Well,
and really charming.
And again, he was the right guy at the right time.
Yeah.
Like, Jackie Robinson was the right guy at the right time. Like, Sidney Poitier was the right guy at the right time.
Jackie Mason.
The right guy, right time, all over the place. Insulting Ed Sullivan the way he did, giving him the finger. And a finger for you, and a finger for you, and a finger for you. And I won't work for 20 years. The end.
Right.
What's all the fuss going on? Well, Daddy, see, he said that they were his covers. Yeah, but you said that I belonged to the police department, and that this really ain't my father. Nothing like that. Who said I'm not your father? He said that you're not my father. He said that Mom ain't my mom and nothing. He said that the police brought me in a package and left me in there and said that I was supposed to stay until I started telling lies and everything. You tell him that. No, Dad, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. No, Dad. Honest to goodness, I didn't say nothing like that. He fell out of bed and he's not right. Now listen to me. I'm going to speak softly and clearly. If I hear any more crying, if I hear any more arguing, I'm coming in with the you-know-what. Get in the bed. Go to sleep. See that? I told you I was your brother. And I told you that didn't no police bring me or nothing. The police brought you. He just feels sorry for you.
He does voices on Simpsons, right?
Jackie Mason? He worked all the damn time. In the 90s, he was a one-man show. I remember standing in the line to get into the theater. My mother had gotten tickets to see Jackie Mason, or his first one-man show, The World According to Me, or whatever it was called, some stupid thing. We're standing there in the line to get in the theater. My mother taking me because nobody else could go. They're just like, well, it's the theater, and and it's Jackie Mason, and I was like. I'm like 12, maybe 14. Sure. I was like, who's that? Yeah, right. She goes, Jackie Mason. And I go, no, Mom, help me out. What is he on? And this is my mother, God bless her. She's terrible at this. Mm-hmm. She goes, he was on the Ed Sullivan Show the whole time. And I looked at her, and this is the first time I ever did this. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you not realize who you're talking to? I am your son. When is the Ed Sullivan Show on? Didn't that stop 9 years before I was born? What are you talking about, the Ed Sullivan? And she's laughing at me literally, we're standing on line and I'm yelling at her going, what kind of reference is that? What did you say? Don't you remember from the RKO radio? I'm like, no, I don't remember him from that. Because come on, something else. And of course my mother, she couldn't come up with History of the World Part 1, which would have been the only thing I would have remembered or seen other than him doing the voice in Sleeper, but I probably would have been able to pick that out.
Right. I forgot he was in History of the World Part 1.
Yeah, so... so those are the only two that could come up, but she couldn't come up with that. So she's like, and she gave up. She literally was like, forget it, you'll see when we go inside. We go inside, and I still had no fucking idea who he is. Yeah. None.
He's the voice of Krusty's dad, isn't he?
Yes, he's Krusty's, he's Rabbi Krostowski.
Yeah. So this will be the last time we ever talk about Jackie Mason on the podcast, so salutations, Jackie Mason. So back to Bill Cosby.
So, have either of you ever tried to tell your sibling that they were adopted?
I might have. I was really evil to my sister. Really shitty.
I know.
I would also con her out of her things that I wanted. I'd be like, no, I'll pay you $5. You give me this lot of stuff. She's like, no, that's not fair. I'm like, no, it's totally fair. And I totally con her into getting her shit. She's going to listen to this and she's going to think back. She's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the kind of kid I was.
Yeah,
he bought my share of the Super Nintendo off of me.
What? He conned you?
Because I'm like, my parents will make me, make him let me play it sometimes. Plays it more than me anyway.
So your younger brother conned you?
Well, he was just really obnoxious, and I wanted him to go away.
Oh, all right. That's a form of con.
And he was really mean, so I'm like, before he gets mean and is just that obnoxious, and he's going to give me money.
Yeah. Right.
Probably steal it back later, but...
Nice. See, theft within the family. That's nice. I like that. No, me and my brother, we didn't have any of the mental games. It was just, he would piss me off, and then I would turn and punch him or something horrible. But I used to torture the hell out of him, tie him up and leave him in. Leave him in chase him throughout the house and hog time and leave him in the hallway just screaming.
Wow.
Use one of my father's belts and tie his legs together at the ankle. If my brother had been
older than me, I think this would have happened.
This was one of my favorites. When I found this one out, this was all about leverage. I remember figuring this one out, and it was I could keep him out of my hair for a long time. So I get one of my dad's belts and loop it around his ankles, tying his ankles together, legs together at the ankle, and then so he's on the floor, right? So and you drag him over to the door, and then you loop the other end over the doorknob and pull it so his ass is up off the ground, so he can't possibly get the leverage to swing and get out of there. So he's just standing there with his ass up off the ground, his legs in the air, just screeching for my mother.
Oh my God.
That's what I used to do.
That's amazing. Yeah, there were a lot of mind games, I think. I do relate to all those mind games very much. And then, my sister and I driving each other crazy when we would have, sort of slumber parties, because, we didn't have a lot of friends growing up.
I might have told him he was adopted once.
Yeah. I probably did that. Mm-hmm. It just seems like something we would have done in my family.
It wasn't that important to me.
No. But my family's very mean.
I got more of a kick out of, wearing him down to the point where I could, dress him up and convince him it'd be funny if we convinced my dad that he had a daughter that came, that we just adopted. And her name was Christina.
Well, of course.
That's amazing. Oh, that's good.
And he actually, I got to do that once, and then I got to dress him up one other time. And that was about it.
See, I just sort of willingly dressed up because
I didn't try it too often, but those were pretty funny to me when they happened.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty evil.
It's not bad.
Mm-mm.
Could be worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
He used to make potions out of things that would kill me and try to get me to drink them, but luckily I was older than him, so I was like, are you kidding me?
Not drinking the rat poison.
Yeah, really? Good job. Why don't you drink it?
I made edible bubbles for my sister once.
It's like, oh no, I just did. I just drank it over there. It's good.
Mm.
Yeah. No.
I made edible
bubbles. That has vomit in it.
How do you make make edible bubbles?
Well, see, that's the thing is I thought I had. You mix dish soap and apple juice.
It's got food in it. It's fine.
So my sister would blow the bubbles. She would eat the bubbles, and then she got terribly sick.
God.
Because that's what happens when you eat soap.
Well, to her, it was apple juice. You know,
children are terrible.
They do make edible bubbles now. And
they also have those chocolate-covered Dove bars. The soap on a stick.
Really? Yeah, you're right.
It's delicious.
Good for your skin. Chocolate-covered Dove bars.
They sell them next to the Dove bars in the ice cream section. They don't have to be refrigerated.
Right.
Which is much better.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They hold their shape longer, too.
Right, because they're soaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I don't know how we close this because we've talked more about.
I don't know. Poisoning somebody with soap is a pretty good close.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, not to say that Bill Cosby had done that,
right?
And I don't want to end on him.
Comment against Jason.
That's true.
Yeah, and I don't want to end on like him drugging women.
The worst.
Right. Is that what he was accused of?
Yeah, I think it was like he'd done it like a couple of times, like drugged women and like felt them up on the couch or something.
Wow.
I know, and I don't want to end with that. I'd rather end with Mortimer Ichabod Marker. All right, so get out your picture pages, and we're going to collect all the things that have to go in the toolbox. So get your marker out and put in it. Wait, not yet, Ichabod. I'll give you a smack in the mouth.
Sorry, I was drawing on Jason's face.
First, we put the point on the screwdriver, and we're going to put it in the toolbox. And here we go. Ichabod's really lyrical all of a sudden. And it always cut off really abruptly. Like it started in the middle. Like there's some guy, fucking union dude, just like on the track. It's like, I'm just going to go when I see the fucking thing move. Beep, 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 beep. Just cut it off. No up and down. And no one ever had the picture pages. Right. I mean, did you know anyone who had them? Mm-hmm. I knew one person.
I wanted them you actually badly.
Yeah, and the worst part was like when you got the picture pages, you didn't need Bill Cosby. Right. They are so fucking simple. It was like, look, here are teeth, and here's the mouth. I wonder what you get.
The only reason I watched them because they were so simple. It was just like because he made awesome noises, and you got to hear Bill Cosby's voice.
Right, and he always wore a funny hat. And glasses. That was the reason you watched. You didn't watch it for the picture, but I mean, like, you wanted them. It's like they never told you on the show how to get them.
It felt like it was just magic, even though it was really simple, silly, ridiculous stuff.
Bad sound effects over.
I know.
And then when you got a good look at the marker, it literally was just a Sharpie with a cutout tape to it. It was taped on there. You could see it. Yeah. Tape.
Oh my God, you're flashing me back.
Oh, brilliant. You want more acid?
Yeah.
Here, drink this. That's now it's not making the sound effect. I'm actually drinking it.
Oh.
Better.
Thank you. And that is a good note to end on because one way or the other, the man's helped educate probably a generation of people.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. This is a great album, but they all are. They all are.
That's the other thing.
They're all great.
I haven't listened to his singing albums. We'll do one of those episodes just for fun.
That would be funny.
Be
and
amazing.
See if you can find Hickey Burr.
All right. So real quick before we go, Jen, why would you tell people to listen to this album?
Well, even if you don't have siblings, you know people who do, and you grew up with those people, or a best friend even that you sometimes argue with. It's just like everybody has an experience where they know how they're supposed to act, and they just can't do it.
Yeah, it's true.
And they don't want to be bad,
right?
But just things happen and they get out of hand, and they're hilarious when you look back on them and you didn't. Have anything too terrible happen because of it. So, no, it just, like, the first time I listened to it, I couldn't breathe. I was just crying and laughing. It was amazing.
Jeremy?
Real reason to listen to this one. Real reason for me to listen to this one is for the second side. The first side is cute.
Yeah.
But the second side, it's for all intents and purposes, it's a radio play, it's a stage play. I mean, it's as close as you can get to watching one man perform an entire scene with multiple characters, and you're completely invested in it the entire time. It's perfect. It's one of those nice little perfect bits. It's hysterically funny. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And which makes it heartwarming and beautiful.
It's true.
That's it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening this week, and have a good thing. I should also just say very quickly, thanks to Jen, my fiance, and thanks to Jeremy Guskin. Jeremy, do you have anything you want to plug?
I will be on The Finder on Fox a week from this Thursday. I believe it's the 16th, February 16th on Fox, The Finder. Mm-hmm. I play a college DJ.
Yes.
Yep, so a lot of VO. This will be familiar for anybody who's listening. So I got a face made for radio on TV. Score. Awesome. And I love Michael Clark Duncan. He's a big teddy bear.
Good to know. All right, everybody, have a good thing.
Oh, man, don't spit that water on me. I'm not playing. Don't spit that water on me. Okay, you asked for it, man. See that? Get out! Get out! Get out of the bed! That's all. Both of you, over here! I'm not playing with you. Where'd you get the water from? Some man came in here, Dad. I was going to... And he had a whole bucket of water. He just threw it on us, run right there. Shut up! I don't want to hear about a man coming through the window, jumping on the bed, throwing water on you. Where do you get these lies from? I wasn't lying, Dad. I was going to the man come right through there. I wouldn't fib to you.
Comedy on Vinyl is recorded at Fort Awesome Studios in beautiful downtown Burbank, California. Our producer is Mike Warden. Our host is Jason Klom, and he's also the editor. Comedy on Vinyl is a Stolen Dress entertainment production. You can check out all of our other podcasts, books, videos, other audio stuff, probably some writing, at stolendress.com. And please check out Comedy on Vinyl at facebook.com/Comedy on Vinyl, twitter.com/Comedy on Vinyl. And please subscribe to us on iTunes, rate us highly, and spread the word. Thank you so much for listening to Comedy on Vinyl this week, and have a very good thing.